on, y'all boys, man? We back again with another banger, man. You already know what it is, man. We doing the reaction ski. And today, before we get into anything, man, I'm gonna need y'all boys to go crazy on that like button, man. It literally take 5 seconds out your day, and make sure if you haven't subscribed to smash that subscribe button. It'll literally take 5 seconds, bro. But remember, if you subscribe, you have to hit that post notification bell to get notified when I post another banger skate. Look, man, today, the title of the video is pretty crazy. The parent who hired a hitman to take out her 16-year-old daughter. I don't really want to say the other word because, you know, YouTube like to take stuff off of, you know, they like the mark stuff. All my YouTubers out there, y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they be getting mad because my do-rag is fire. You want one? I mean, hey, you want a rag like me? Do you want one? Just let me know. Bro, just let me know down below. We can make it happen. Do you want a rag like me? Be 100. All you got to do is get this video to 15,000 likes and also follow me on Instagram, man. It's on the screen right now. Let's get to 100,000 followers. Let's get to 100,000 followers. I'm going to be following every single body back who follow me and DM me and say follow me back. So just follow me and DM me, be like, yo, follow me back and make sure like all my pictures, I'm gonna be following every single body back. It's literally gonna take shit. Not that long, you know. It ain't gonna take that long. It literally take 5 seconds as well. Everything gonna take 5 seconds. So let's say 5, 10, 15, 20. Go take about 30 seconds for you to do everything, you know. But yeah, today's title of the video, man, is the parents who hired a hitman to take out their 16-year-old daughter. If y'all know what I'm talking about, to end her life. You know, I can't say the other word because YouTube is crazy. I don't want to do too much talking because we got a pretty long video to react to. But yeah, let's get to it, man. Make sure to smash the like button, comment, and subscribe for your boy. And let's get it.
There are some mysteries where the answer is so shocking, you wish you didn't know the truth. And that's going to be especially true in this case of a teenager who disappeared in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, hold on, whoa. I'm in Georgia right now. I mean, I think we in close to Augusta, but dang, just to know that something like this is happening, I need to be careful out here in Georgia.
In this one, the truth behind what happened is truly horrifying.
Really? Man. He messed with all this prettiness and he's gonna run away with our daughter? Come on now, that's stupid.
So hold on tight, okay? Here we go. Tanya Janelle Carwell, usually well known as Janelle, was a teenager with a bright future ahead of her. She was an honor student at 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐿 Comprehensive High School and won lots of achievement awards. Her pastor described her like this.
Janelle was a loving, very intelligent, smart young woman who wanted to be a doctor, who was an honor student.
Basically, she had an awful lot going for her, which makes what happens to her next.
Wait.
Basically, her like this.
Oh, her past, I thought that was her mother.
Loving, very intelligent, smart young woman who wanted to be a doctor, who was an honor student.
Basically, she had an awful lot going for her, which makes what happens to her next seem even more insane. She lived in Richmond County, Augusta, Georgia, with her family. This was her little sister, her mom, Tanya Tripp, and her stepfather, Leon Tripp. Now, the night of April 17th, 2017 was her 16th birthday, and also Easter Sunday. She had a pretty big day. After they had enjoyed a cookout party at their home.
Wait, so me and her was the same age. If that was 2017, I was about 16 at the time. April, 17. I was about 17, so she was like 1 year younger than me at the time. She just turned 16, so I just turned 17 in 2017. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I turned 18 in 2017, but I turned 17 in 2016, if that makes sense. My birthday right before New Year's, so she was like a year younger than me. That's crazy. So we about went to school together.
Home with friends and neighbors, her mom went to bed early and left Janelle and Leon to finish celebrating. At least, this is what Janelle's mom told the police had happened on that night. Tanya went to bed and was woken by Leon at about midnight. He asked if he could borrow her phone to look up something. A friend of his, Maurice, needed a lift because his car had broken down. Not thinking anything of it, she gave Leon her phone. But because he wasn't great at using the map on the phone, he wanted Janelle to go with him to help him with the directions to Clarksville, South Carolina. Now, that's kind of a weird thing to take a kid to do that at that time of night, right? And Leon took Tanya's phone with him because apparently he didn't have access to the directions. Like, okay, maybe it wasn't a smartphone, or he didn't know about an app store. Well, it all sounds pretty strange to me. Anyway, things quickly
Definitely
became
sounds
worse.
strange.
Tanya didn't hear from Leon or her daughter again for the whole next day. Neither of them had returned from their late night mission, and their phones weren't ever answered again. So Janelle's mom made a panicked call to the police to report that they were missing. This is the 911 call she made.
Not like they're not to answer the phone. I'll be calling and texting and leaving messages and nothing.
Don't you think she
Mama is good actors. Hopefully this ain't really true.
I'll be calling and texting and leaving messages and nothing.
Don't you think she sounds totally scared
Yeah, she
here,
do.
and that the worst might have happened to them?
Yeah.
Tanya was so sure that if they'd seen her phone calls, they would have picked up. So, of course, this huge search started for them both. The cops, and especially the local community, got really involved. Everybody wanted to find the missing teenager. The frantic search carried on for the next 2 weeks. A local pastor who had a radio show got involved with raising awareness about the case, and Janelle's mom appeared on Facebook Live streaming event. She told watchers that she had brain and lung cancer. That makes all of this even sadder, right?
Need my baby home, like 15 days ago type home, because she has never been away from me this long.
Now, on the Facebook post, they were trying to raise money for a reward, and by June, the amount was over $2,500.
She's had brain and lung cancer, man. I just had to think and just pause to tell y'all, like, this lady had brain and lung cancer. F cancer. Literally, y'all. Smash that down. I said smash it. Comment that down below. F cancer, man.
But the community was also terrified that there was some kind of predator around, threatening their lives. The publicity around Janelle was hard to miss, and I think people were pretty freaked out. But by late April 2017, law enforcement had finally found Leon's car. His white pickup truck was spotted about a mile from their home. The cops searched it for any signs of a struggle or DNA that could prove the worst, but nothing turned up there. I guess that's a good thing, but really frustrating. So the cops checked their cell phone records. What they found suggested Janelle and Leon hadn't been anywhere near the Clarksville area, where their friend had apparently broken down. And even worse, Janelle's social media channels had gone completely silent. For a popular teenager like her to switch off, yeah, this fact made the cops and
Yeah, for a fact. I honestly do feel like that. Whoever the dude was had something to do with it, along with the mother.
everyone who cared for
'Cause
her
ain't no way.
super worried.
This generation kids, you know they on the phone.
A charity called Bring Our Missing Home, which helps people to find their missing loved ones, was closely involved with the case at this point. They were really concerned that despite all the coverage about Janelle's disappearance and the millions of flyers that had been spread all over Georgia, there hadn't been a single phone call or message with a sighting of Janelle. But eventually, the police did hear something important about the case. Only, it really wasn't what they were expecting to find. Reports had finally started coming in about a sighting, and guess who it was?
Oh, who was it?
It was Leon Tripp. He'd
Nah.
been seen on his own somewhere in Atlanta, but sadly,
Oh, this nigga in Atlanta. Hold on. Where the strap? Where the strap at, man? Where the strap? Where the strap? Go get it. Go get the strap. Gotta go tell my man. Go get the strap. Hey, go get it. Go get it. He ain't trying to hear nothing. No, for real. This dude he was in Atlanta with it. But in Atlanta, I need to be careful, man.
there's no sign of Janelle with him. The police realized they had to dig into Leon's past. They didn't have to look very far because it turned out he had a super dark criminal history.
He had some assault charges. He had some cruelty to children charges.
He'd even been in jail for aggravated assault. And Janelle's mom knew all about this. In fact, they'd both gone to high school together. And after Leon was put away for a few years, they'd somehow grown even closer, exchanging letters and phone calls. Very romantic. Leon and Tanya had even married while he was still locked up. But it seems like Janelle's mom really didn't mind any of his super sketchy past.
Okay.
Once he was released, as I mentioned earlier, he moved into the same house with her and her 2 daughters. This was in 2015, 2 years before Janelle vanished with him. I mean, that background is totally not a great look for Tanya or Leon. And this time, the cops were after him for abduction charges. They were pretty sure he'd done something to his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Janelle's mom really didn't want to believe this. One reporter even noticed how little she wanted to hear it.
When I asked her, hey, investigators believe that he's taken her, she was very defensive.
And the lady who ran Bring Our Missing Home, Kathy Rhodes, agrees that Tanya's actions were getting sketchier. Kathy had worked really close to Tanya the whole time they were trying to find Janelle. She couldn't help noticing that the number of red flags kept increasing. Too much just didn't add up. Following the suspicion that Leon might have abducted her daughter, Tanya had said in one interview,
Really? He messed with all this prettiness and he's gonna run away with our daughter? Come on now, that's stupid.
it's definitely kind of an odd thing to say, isn't it?
Well, I would say people do crazy things or say crazy stuff when they love. Like, you can honestly, fellas, like women, you can tell your homegirl that her guy is cheating and she still won't listen. Like, she gonna be like, nah, he not. I know he not. Like, I even had that with like my sisters, or just like, you know, friends, period. Like, you would tell them like, yeah, dude is cheating, leave him alone. No, he's a good person. Women be
By
crazy.
now, the people who were working on the case were in close touch with Tanya, and they were starting to really get anxious about her motives. And the signs of Tanya's possible jealousy of her daughter really didn't stop there. She also said,
And all this craziness about they ran off to be together and stuff, no, there's no truth in none of that. That's her dad, that's his daughter, that's it. I'm his wife, not her. So all that craziness, it's no happening to that.
by this point, Tanya was even accusing law enforcement of only coming after her and not doing enough to find her daughter. But the police had finally tracked him down. The call came through that Leon had been discovered. He was at a U-Haul depot in Atlanta. This should be good news, right? But guess
Nah,
who was
'cause
right
I'll
there
live for
with
it.
him? Well, you're not gonna believe it, or maybe you will.
Man, she talking
When
too
the
much.
cops arrived at the U-Haul to arrest Leon, Tanya Tripp was right there with him.
What?
Pretty hard evidence that
What?
something was messed up about the
What? Shorty was right with him the whole time? What? That's crazy.
whole situation.
That's crazy.
What were they both hiding about Janelle? The cops were now
I thought-
absolutely sure that Tanya had known much more about her daughter's disappearance
The entire time.
time.
She did, because how was you in Augusta, Georgia, saying that Buddy not answering the phone the whole time they go get him and you with him? Yeah, Shorty. Lock the key. Lock her up, throw the key away.
She insisted she'd only seen Leon by complete accident. Tanya claimed that she was being evicted and had begun to move to Atlanta. Then she spotted Leon walking along the road while she was driving the U-Haul back to the depot, and that's why they were together. Totally believable, right? Tanya
Wait.
to Atlanta. Then she spotted Leon walking along the road while she was driving the U-Haul back to the depot, and that's why they were together.
Man, that's the craziest lie ever. That's like you saying, oh, I cheated, but it wasn't on purpose. I was walking and I had tripped over a rock, and then my pole had fell in. Then I just kept going because I kept telling her to stop. Then I had to pull out, and then somehow, I don't know. She's lying, bro.
Totally
L.
believable, right?
Spam
Tanya
LC down below,
really
chat.
tried to sell that story, but yeah, that's all about as sus as it sounds. Nobody was buying it.
Very
I mean,
sus.
seeing him out there by accident has
Imposter.
gotta be 1,000,000,000 to 1 shot. It's totally unlikely, and the cops thought so too. They immediately charged Leon with abduction, and Tanya was hit with hindering the apprehension of a criminal. Tanya called a neighbor from jail to let her know. The neighbor said,
Are you serious? And she said yes.
it was starting to dawn on everyone.
I need to get YouTube red, bro. I'm tired of these ads. But yeah, Shorty lying.
Just how much they'd been lied to. Given how hard the community worked to find Janelle, this must have hurt so much. And this began to crack the story that Tanya had been telling into lots of totally inconsistent pieces. Once Tanya was arrested, she kept telling the cops slightly different versions of her story. And Leon told a totally different story to that. Leon insisted that he and Janelle were going to Atlanta all along. Investigator Richard Roundtree reported that Leon claimed
Gave her some money in which to get on the bus and come back to Augusta, and he hadn't seen her since.
Bro, Shorty got out of jail. Like, you can already tell. Like, he got on the, you know, he Israelite, but he been to jail, got out, did the time, did the murder, and then finna do some more time. Like, he don't care about life at this point. And now you finna look stupid behind bars. Them girls finna go crazy. And them dudes finna teach you, bro. You just killed a little girl. And then the mother that's in jail, they finna go crazy on you too.
Obviously, this wasn't true and she never made it. But when confronted, Tanya suddenly stopped answering further questions and the cops couldn't get her to respond to any details of this other story. Perhaps because it wasn't rehearsed with Leon? The cops also closely examined that 911 call Tanya had made. They soon figured out it was all a massive lie and figured she had used it to send the search teams in the completely wrong direction. This would have bought Leon a lot more time to do whatever the heck he was doing. Oh, and Janelle's mom, and I use that term pretty loosely at this point, totally didn't have cancer of any kind either. She lied about all of that too, which is the least sick thing going on here. Remember how much Tanya wanted her daughter back? This video is just 11 days after Janelle went missing.
I'm not eating, I'm not sleeping, I'm just worried about my family.
Even if she did care, she couldn't have been very interested.
Shorty is she did that. She is an actor. She got the tears down packed.
Just 11 days after Janelle went missing.
Man.
I'm not eating, I'm not sleeping, I'm just worried about my family.
You remind me of 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐞. You crying, no tears coming down.
If she did care, she couldn't have been very interested in justice for her daughter. This all sounds totally similar to the case we covered about Bernadette Walker. She had vanished and the evidence started to mount up that both of her parents had a lot more to do with the teenager vanishing than it first appeared. Bernadette's mother also pretended to not know anything at all. We've had no contact with her since 1 a.m. on July 20th when she texted me to say she'd be home soon. None of her friends have heard from her and she's not accessed social media. That sounds kind of familiar too, doesn't it? And in Bernadette's case, it was just as shocking because you don't expect someone's mom to cover up for anyone who would hurt them. But looking back at Tanya's
own daughter
now, yeah, every single thing she did was just a huge
lie. How could you do that to the daughter that you pushed out? You brought it to this world.
It was all a big act to cover up something terrible that she knew. So both parents were arrested and charged. Leon had also submitted a statement saying that Janelle was no longer living. All the cops could do now was carry on looking for poor Janelle's remains, but they still don't know where she was. And don't forget that Janelle had a little sister. I can't imagine how she was coping with all of this. And as far as I know, she's still with an aunt, where I hope she's in much safer hands. And then, almost 1 year after Janelle had vanished on the Easter weekend, the cops released a very sad statement.
We received a phone call from a citizen and had discovered what they believed to be human remains.
This came from a person in Augusta, not all that far from where Janelle lived. They'd found something suspicious and upsetting in the garden of the house they were about to rent, and naturally, they called the police. The area was searched and the sad truth was confirmed. Investigators confirmed that this was what remained of Janelle. She was identified by some dental records taken just before her birthday. And finally, Leon and Tanya were fully charged for the horrible things they'd done. They've both been charged for involvement and in concealment of whatever happened to Janelle. In fact, the reason why they did something so disgusting still isn't clear. And as you can imagine, the local community is totally cut up about being gritted by Tanya for so long. They can't believe they fell for it.
She's a liar, in my opinion. She's told a whole lot of lies.
And people had worked so hard, they even got sick trying to find her. Community leader Ray Montana had told the reporters about this. Days and days of 100 degrees, sweating. Many of our people fell out. A couple of them went to the hospital. One young lady had to get a spinal tap because of the heat and everything. It was definitely emotional. It caused depression in a lot of our lives because it affected the community. Janelle was like one of our own kids.
Man. Just imagine, it's like somebody stealing something from you and then helping you look for it. Like, honestly, she got this whole community out here looking for her lost daughter the whole time. She the one that stole her life. Sad,
and the details just get worse and worse. In 2018, some awful new evidence was added to the trial. It said that Tanya and Leon had had several meetings with a fixer to arrange a hit on Janelle, and they'd been planning to do it for at least 2 years.
2
That's
years?
so cold and revolting, isn't it? What kind of mother even does that?
Perhaps somebody, they did solicit someone, but the fact still remain that everything's pointing at them. And I hope that they die by the hands of the state.
This case just keeps on getting worse. Janelle never had a chance to really grow up. The only people who really seem to care about Janelle, apart from her poor sister, are the people who never even knew her. I think it's because what happened to her was so terrible, especially because she had so much to offer that lots of people felt very close to her.
Sad, man.
Tanya was creative. She was a critical thinker. This girl was a great writer.
Janelle's school held a vigil at the house where she was finally found. And people that didn't even know her were at the vigil, which they held to give the community some closure. And there are some efforts to make Janelle's passing count for something more. The district attorney arranged for new cadaver dogs for each county. This pupper is called Dora, but they wanted to get Janelle's name in there somewhere. In 2019, 3 Josie High School seniors won $500 each from the Latiana Janelle Carwell Scholarship Award. This comes from the reward money collected while she was missing.
That's tough, man.
Oh, and as for Janelle's so-called parents, Leon is facing the death penalty. And
Yeah.
Tanya Tripp is charged with murder in the 2nd degree.
Nah,
the
first
dates
degree.
of a full hearing kept getting pushed back. So we'll see what eventually happens to both of
Man,
them.
I should-
But I really hope that poor Janelle receives some justice.
No.
Because she could have really been something amazing. And she was always amazing to begin with. So what do you guys make of this case?
Man, I feel like personally, bruh, that's messed up. Your own flesh, blood, the woman who brought you into this life was plotting to take you out for 2 years and succeeded. And not only did she steal your life, steal her life, she also helped look for you. Look for her. The whole time knew that her daughter was gone. She plotted this for 2 years with someone. That's sad, bro. Like, plotted this for 2 years and fake cried on camera, my daughter missing this and that, and then got caught with it. Man, it's crazy. So basically, the day that she got with this ex-felon, he just got out of jail. They say he got out of jail like 2015, and she got right with him. And then 2 years later, he took the life of his girlfriend's daughter. And they both plotted that for 2 years. Like, how much could you have been tired of your child that you decided to get rid of her? That's crazy, man. Life is so short, and just to know that this really happened down the street, like, y'all know I'm in Atlanta, like, you know, that just happened down the street. It's just crazy, man. People really be psychos out here. And just the thought, like, bro, literally just got out of jail doing the same stuff, and like, honestly, they probably could have got away with it if they would have been smart. They could have got away with it. If I'm being completely honest, bro, they definitely could have probably got away with it. But because, man, I don't know. I don't want to say too much on it, man, but rest in peace to that beautiful young soul. They definitely going to get what they deserve. The guy has the death penalty. Yes, he definitely deserves. Well, I'm not going to say anybody deserves to be in jail, but he definitely deserves what's coming for him the rest of his life, along with the mother. And State got it for a 2nd degree. She definitely deserved 1st degree because that was planned for 2 years. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below, man. Make sure to hit that like button. Let's get this video to 15,000 likes, man, so I can go ahead and drop the rags. I know y'all been asking me how I got the rag, how I do it, how am I do it, bro, man. But y'all want to know it's going to be dropping soon. All you have to do is get this video to 15,000 likes. Follow me on my Instagram right now. Following everybody back at the moment who follows me and likes all my comments and all that. And make sure you subscribe to hit that post notification bell to get notified when I post a video, man. We out. Ski.